Bitter Betty need Jesus. But let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner, and this child is a review for the foolishness that we witnessed yesterday for the Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, season 6 reunion part 2. Okay, now we have one more part of the reunion to go. So I'm like, can it get any worse? I feel like it can't get no better. Okay, y'all, this show. Look, we just gonna have to call things what it is, okay? Girl, I got the wrong thumbnail up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want to be sure because I had one yesterday and I had one today. Okay, this is what I wanted to put up there. Okay, this one. But I feel like, we have to call a thing a thing, okay? Call a spade a spade. And what people should realize is bitter people and people who don't be telling no truths, okay? Folks who be around here just want a piece of the action, want to be a piece of the pie, want to be a piece of the show, okay? And that's what I feel like is going on with Bitter Betty, okay, with Martell around here running away in his little suit, okay, with Tisha calling out old stuff between Keke and her husband, and then Stormi up there not being able to stand her own ground, okay? But we will get into all of it. Okay, y'all know first things first. If you ever not done so already, take a little second, okay, and like the video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to my channel, become a whole JayBird, dot, and the dot, okay? But we, gonna have to come and call things out respectfully because let me go on camera. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I am fully aware that I'm gonna have to go in on Stormi Mama, and I be trying to respect my elders because I am a respectful person. Like, what I'm saying, I be cussing and fussing, but I don't cuss in front of my mama. I don't cuss and fuss in front of other grown folk, unless they grown folk I work with. Them. But I'll be real respectful of the elders around me in my life, and Stormi Mama finna catch one. Okay, once we get there, she gonna catch it. Now, other than that, how y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Okay, I hope y'all all had a great weekend. Tomorrow is MLK Day. Tuesday is my 42nd birthday. It's my birthday on Tuesday. Now, we'll be live on Tuesday for something. I don't know what. Okay. So if y'all want to send me $1 or $2 for my 42nd, by all means, feel free. Okay. CashApp or PayPal. And if you don't have too. But some folk like sending me $1 or $2. So I don't mind saying, if you want to send me $1 or $2, I will take it. I like dollars. What are dollars at? Anyway, focus, Jaylee. But I will be live tonight. I think I'm gonna do a live at either 6 or 7. I think it's right. I think it's set for 6:30 right now. But today at 6:30, maybe 7, I'll have a little gossip chat live, like a little hour. It's a little chit chat. Okay. I did also review Love at the Lockup. That review was already up. Okay, so go back and check that out because this foolishness is crazy too. Okay, but again, I'll be live today at around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, you know. But back to these peoples around here, I was like, what's wrong with them, Jesus? What's wrong with them? Okay, I had to add Keke over there. And I took away Courtney. I took away Stormi's husband because he wasn't saying it. I could have took away Kimmy. Because Kim right here, and Kimmy ain't saying nothing. Not a damn thing. Anyway. Let me get my hellos in, child. Let me get my hellos in. Okay. Hey, how y'all doing? We gonna get into the foolishness. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Dwayne. Can't wait to hear. Look. I can't wait either because I'm holding it inside my body. It's fighting to get out. Okay. Because I was like, what? What is wrong with you? Okay. But hey to the people. Okay, yes, you made a live T52 mama. Okay, we is around here. Have been swallowed up. I feel like they were swallowed up. Okay, Martell was swallowed up. Okay, Miss Bitter Betty was swallowed up. Okay, and I think if you ask me, Stormi's opinion was swallowed up by her bitter mama. And I mean bitter respectfully, but bitter nonetheless, okay? And I'm like, all of y'all around here being swallowed for no reason. Look, it is cold here, okay? It is cold, y'all. The weather is it's like 1 degree. You know what I'm saying? We have hit the winter of Michigan where we know we had a snowstorm Friday and Saturday, and snow was just here. You know what I'm saying? And we have maybe it'll be 40 degrees in like over a week, and some snow will melt and then freeze back up, whatever. So it's the weather of UGG boots, jogging pants, coats. Okay, so no frills, no thrills. Okay, it is cold, y'all. Look, I got on my hoodie, I got on jogging pants right now. I got on my little warm house shoes because I don't want to cut my heat up because I'm gonna be hot. I needed to be the perfect in the fan is on because I can't not have no noise. But yeah, it's cold. My birthday it's always like what to do for your birthday, Jaylee. Well, I don't know because it could be a blizzard. And if I leave, I may not be able to come back if it's a blizzard that cancels the planes and the trains and the automobiles. Okay. So I'm just here. But yes, it's freezing here. Okay, Betty is. Why was Betty even there? Okay, why was Betty even there? Happy birthday to Chanel's children, the son and the daughter. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to them. Okay, it was a mess. It was a mess. Thank y'all for the early birthdays and stuff. Tech baby, okay, alive on a snowy ass Detroit. And even though it ain't snowing today, okay, it's still snow outside, and we just here. Okay, come on, signal being dumb. And we just here and stuff, and we're gonna let it be. Today is the Lions game. The Lions is a playoff game. People are anxious. People are like, oh, what's gonna happen? Will we win? I hope we do. I hope we do. Okay. I'm so glad to call on my TV. I'm here. I'm here. It's cold. Yeah, ain't nothing but cold. Okay. A flurry. Child, we had a little blizzard, okay? A whole little blizzard around here. But we happy. So we used to it. Okay, I said to him earlier, I was like, should I just take an Uber to work? He was like, you from here. We do this. I'm like, okay, I ain't no punk bitch. Okay, we do that. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this stuff. I can't cuss your shit. This stuff. Now, to me, this was a battle of people really against male, okay? Because once we got over the Tisha and Keke part of it all, it became kind of male, and Stormi, Mel and Martell, Mel and Betty. I'm still pissed that Betty. Let me stop. Y'all. First of all, let's get to the people who are here. Some factions. Okay, Tiffany and Lewis was on this episode, for no reason, if you ask me. They round here in the outfits. Now Tiffany got her little weaving, hair slicked down, cute, got on her extra big ass necklace or whatever. Tata sitting around here. Okay, Lou is out here in a dark old suit. Now they don't look like the deacon and deaconess right here. They look like, they look okay. This don't give me, because the deaconess, she would not have her tatas out so much. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, but her hair, makeup is great. Lou got a fresh cut. Okay, and Lou's suit don't look cheap. Okay, Lou's suit looked like he went and bought a suit from the fancy warehouse. Okay, made sure it fitted his body and said cool. Now they was sitting around here. Now Louis, I'm like, what's up with your pants leg, sir? Why one pant leg rolled up and the other one's not? Is one leg longer than the other? I don't know. And why his ankle so skinny? I've never, because Lou is a thickums. Okay, Lou is a big tall man, and I appreciate that and stuff. Okay, but I'm like, his ankles look so small. Just so small. But Tiffany's long dress is really, really pretty. I would have loved to see her stand up, but they did not post any pictures of themselves on their IGs. And we didn't see them walk in. So all we had was sit down looks. But Lou and Tiffany, they pop around here and whatever. Now look, again, to me, they didn't really need Lewis and Tiffany because we didn't get much from them at all. It was a little bit. They was on the show. But, mainly, Tiffany left the show because she was dealing with postpartum, how it was hard for her. She never thought that she would go through postpartum. And, Lou bring up how he came home after being on the road for about a month, with the team or whatever, how he came home and she was different. Like I noticed my wife was different. She wasn't as happy at all. She wasn't as joyful or whatever. And I realized that she was in a bit of denial about things. Now Tiffany was in denial about her really having postpartum. And so, they again made a decision to leave the show, and I was like, oh, okay. But listen, one thing, whether they were on the show or not on the show didn't change. The little bit that Lewis and Tiffany put into the show, to me, it wasn't much. So I'm like, Tiffany made the right decision leaving because it wasn't as if their presence on the show was so heavily felt that she had to stay. It made more sense for her to just leave and go and get better. Leave and get herself together, and that's fine. Now Carlos told them, we feel for you, we know how hard it is, and blah blah blah. The door is always open when you want to return. And I was like, do we need them to return? Anyway, but that was Tiffany and Lewis's outfit, and their really main section of the reunion. Now they said other little things we'll get into a little later on, but again, it wasn't much. It wasn't much at all. Now they also had Nell and Chris got on here and was saying, look, Nell and Chris, I don't know they social media pages, so I didn't even go look, but I guess I could have. I'm gonna be caring. But Nell's hair and makeup was really pretty to me. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Chris, Chris is a handsome older gentleman, with the white beard, mustache, and then in the black hair. It's nice. Now the outfit, I said, Nell said, see, this dress, gorgeous. Gorgeous. To me, not to compare, this dress would have looked amazing on Mel, just as it looks amazing on Nell. I feel like Mel's extra dress of the silvery and all that thing would have been beautiful if it was in this type of silhouette too. I feel like this is how you do shimmery, shiny, flashy without a whole bunch of material. Okay, I loved it. It was simple yet gorgeous. It's detailing to it as well because it looks amazing. And I just wish Mel would have done this, but in the silver. Now I know last season she also wore silver, and she had that silver that gold silver like breastplate from what Mel's last reunion outfit. But I still felt like this looked just so good. You know what I'm saying? And I still don't understand why Mel wore all that stuff all the time. But I was like, Mel came for her first season reunion and she looked great. Even Chris looks great. I mean, he also looked like a red Christmas tree. Okay, but Chris likes Flash, so I understand it. But I'm like, Chris, it's a lot. And I feel like sometimes when you went all red and then it had like, hints of gold, it looked like a tinsel Christmas tree. Okay. And that's ain't no tea, no shade to that man because he also wearing some red bottom shoes. That's a little dirty in the bottom, meaning they not new shoes. Meaning I've always had a little bit of money. But Chris to me looks nice. You know what I'm saying? They came dressed for a reunion. Okay, I felt like Martell was dressed for the reunion. And Chris. I felt like Stormi husband and Maurice and Marceau were dressed for brunch at Denny's, okay, after Sunday service. And to me, Chris looked like we supposed to be dressed up. It's supposed to be fancy, fancy. And so I'm fancy, fancy. And even the black bow tie, okay, the combo bun and all of that, the detailing to the black around the pocket is really nice. Okay, it's fine. And him and Nail to me look great. Okay. Now also we had Betty Bitter. Girl, Betty Bitter. Well, Betty is bitter, and Betty Bitter is Betty. Stormi Mama. And then her cousin, Junior Junebug. Okay, why was they here? I feel like, this gonna sound shady. I like Stormi. I do. I do. If she see this, she may not like me no more. But I feel like we didn't need to see her family. I felt like, we don't really care. Okay. But I feel and I understand that, a few things happened that they wanted to touch on. But I also felt like it was just some messy BS. We didn't care that Stormi fired her cousin Junebug Jr. Okay, or Junior, but we didn't care. So he did not need to be here. Okay. They did not need not name part of a segment. You know what I'm saying? And then having bitter ass around here on stage was a travesty. Okay, but it also exposed Stormi and her mama. We would get to that a bit later. Okay, but her mama on here. Okay, her wig is nice. It's a beautiful wig. Stormi paid good money for the wig for mama. The black wedding dress, the black prom dress, the black fancy formal dress her mama wearing. It's cute, but Betty sitting around there looking bitter and not saying nothing. Her face looked bitter. I do not know what Betty life was like. I don't know the hardship that she had to go through that can make her so bitter, but she wears bitter on her shoulders. On her shoulders, and her eyebrows, and her cheeks, her nose, her lips, everywhere. Every part of Betty comes off bitter. But again, we don't know her life story to see why she's so harsh of a person and why she's so fucking messy. Okay, we don't know. But what we're not going to do is ignore it. We not going to ignore it. Okay. Betty to me is worse than Wanda in a way because Betty don't even know Mel. Wanda at least had a history with Mel and Martell. Wanda at least, knew of them off the show. Because Tisha, Marceau, Mel, and Martell were friends. So they knew Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda knew them pre-show. So that was like whatever. Bitter Betty, bitter ass new mail as a fan of the show, as a commenter of the show in groups and stuff like that. You came on here, bitter, okay, and showed your ass. Anyway, y'all, I see. I told y'all, Stormi Mama gonna catch it, but I started too soon. Okay, let's get to how the episode started. Okay, and we still have Tisha versus Keke. Okay, and they fussing back and forth, and Keke was like, "Whatever, you dumb and dumber." Okay, and then Tisha said, "You the one around here, you and your husband been cheating on each other. You cheated, he cheated. Okay, through the whole marriage." And Keke then went and paid for her husband to go on a date with some woman before they got married. I was like, she paid for the date. I was like, now that's a lot. Now I said, I wondered, is it an open marriage? Because some people have open marriages. Okay, well, the man is with the man, girl. Sorry. Well, the man is cheating with other people, the wife is cheating with other people, and it's an open marriage. But some folk will call it cheating because your marriage ain't open. It's just your husband cheating on you. Okay, so I was like, maybe it's an open marriage, and that's what's going on. But Tisha saying he cheating and she cheating, and that means she dumb and she paid for him on a date. And I was like, hey, you paid for a date? Girl, why would you do that? What happened? And yes, we've cheated. Yes, we have cheated. And your point is, I said, Keke, come on now. Thank you, D, for the thank you, D, for the cash app. Birthday. Thank you. I don't know who D is though, but it just said D. Okay, is it the big D? I'm just playing. I'm stop. I'm trying to see what's a name besides D. It just say it did say D. However, I was like, what's going on here? And it was just Keke acknowledging, yes, we have cheated. Yes. And your point is, I was like, that's how you clear a bitch. Because y'all, they say, do not let nobody spray you with your own tea. Okay? Because Keke not denying it. So that you can't read me if I don't deny what happened. You can't read me if I'm not ashamed that yes, I have cheated. And yes, my husband cheated too. Okay. But when Keke said, I still ain't no dumb trick. I ain't no dummy. Your head is too big for you to be that dumb. That damn. I was like, she is really dumb. So the question is Keke dumb for being in a marriage where they both have stepped out? I don't think it's dumb. That could just be what worked for them. Like what worked for them. Okay. Now when Keke then because they was like, Keke, you cheating and paying for dates? Wow. And she said, first of all, yes, we both have cheated in our marriage. Okay. She then said, but that was a while ago. And how before we got married 18 years ago, over 18 years ago, he asked me for some money and I gave him some money. And then later on, I caught him on a date with some chick and I went berserk. And they was like, oh, Tisha, you acted like she gave him money knowing he was going on a date with some woman. And I'm again, to me, that shows Tisha be lying. Tisha be knowing the context behind what happened, but will say it as if it's something different. Because saying she paid for a date for her husband make it sound like Keke is some dumb desperate broad who is willing to accept her husband cheating and also willing to pay for him to be with a woman. That's how she said it. That's how she tried to make it be. And she probably thought that Keke would be so embarrassed at it that she would come off the victor. No, Tisha, it made you look dumb. It made us feel like well, maybe Keke's right. Maybe you is stupid because that ain't what happened. And then for her to say, "Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know." Well, why say it? If you did not know the content, but why say it? And to me, that proved a few things. One, it proved Tisha, as we now know, will say things to imply things. Okay. She will say things to imply things to make it seem like it's one way when it's really the other. Two, Tisha, 100%, in my opinion, Tisha 100% has confided in Keke and told Keke that she thought, she suspected Marcel cheating. She didn't have any proof. So when Keke said something like, well, no, she has, but Keke not lying about her and Tisha discussing their marriage stuff. That's how Tisha knew what had went on with Keke and her husband because they were talking. They were confiding in each other the stuff in their marriages. So when Keke was going to Tisha saying, yes, I cheated on my husband, he had cheated on me, Tisha 100% sometime within these past 14 to 15 years has said, I think Marcel could be cheating. I just don't have no proof. But she has said, I thought he did. Period. That's the kind of friendship, cousinship they had. That's also why they be beefing so much, because they know each other's skeletons. Period. And Tisha saying on camera a story of Keke paying for her husband to date other women was a projection of epic proportion because she knew it wasn't true. She knew what happened, but without the backstory, it seemed like, oh, Keke dumb. And I'm like, a lot of people have been with a person who you have given your man or woman money, whatever, they use money you gave them to go do stuff. Period. So Tisha, whatever. Okay. Now Tisha, like my issue was I have never told Keke I caught Marcel cheating. And I'm like, ma'am, she never said that. Keke has never said that Tisha told her that she caught Marcel cheating. And Tisha saying that what that means is I have told Keke that I suspected he could be cheating. I just never said I caught him cheating. How Keke caught her husband cheating before he was her husband, as she admitted. That she caught him on a date with some chick before they got married. So Tisha also saying, and she still married him. Again, makes it seem like Keke knew he was a bad dude, and I'm like, well, child, they still married to this day. And Tisha can throw out these accusations about Keke's marriage, and Keke don't seem mad at her husband. Or even she's like, yes, it happened. He cheated. I cheated before we got married. But we married, we got kids, we together, we're in the same household, blah, blah, blah. And truth be told, every time we see Keke in some shit, Amin is right there beside his wife to protect her. When Marceau called, why is it freezing? When Marceau calls Keke a drug addict or whatever, Amin was gonna tap that man's ass. So we see that even though Amin and Keke have had cheating issues in their marriage, they still seem to be 100% behind each other. Tisha, let me stop. Okay. But in my opinion, Tisha saying, I've never told Keke I caught Marcel cheating means you thought he cheated. You never caught him. Again, she says stuff to throw you off the scent. Okay. And she tried to throw out stuff about other folk to get, come on now. She deflected. She wanted the attention on Keke and off of her and Marcel. So let's toss out Keke cheating. And during the season, let's toss out Keke back on drugs. Pew! Let me toss out that she's still getting high. Pew! And then the conversation is not about me and Marcel. It ain't about us not being able to build a house on that mountain. It's not about us having to discuss he still ain't built me no office. It ain't about the lawsuit we got going on. No, it's about Keke and her drug use. It's about Keke and her trying to take Marcel down. I was like, ma'am, these rumors about Marcel were around before Keke came on the show. Okay. Tisha then say, well, Keke was the one around here talking to the guy. Now, I'm still confused about the whole threesome, the random person, and this stuff, because when she said, I never caught Marcel cheating, that Keke had a conversation with the man who said that Marcel had a threesome, and that it seemed like Keke was only trying to get info about Marcel because the man who told the story called Tisha. I'm like, the fact that these people have access to call y'all, to text y'all, to get in personal contact with y'all, to even get these rumors on the show, it's crazy. So Tisha saying the guy that she talked to was like, well, I was the one saying that we should all get on the phone. And Tisha felt like, well, Keke never said, well, let me get Tisha on the phone. Keke just kept saying, well, what info do you have? You know what I'm saying? And that apparently the guy let Tisha hear the conversation. And I'm like, girl, at the end of the day, the man was telling Keke that your husband allegedly had a threesome before. But you pissed at Keke, not your husband, or not the man trying to spread this information. You mad at Keke. It's weird to me. It's delusional to me. It doesn't make any sense to me that the person who was telling people that your husband had a threesome, you're now talking to him and you feel like, well, it's Keke as the villain because she just kept asking for the information. She wanted the information. She didn't want to include me. She wanted to get the information and then talk to me later. And when I asked her if she talked to him about me and Marcel, Keke said no. And I was like, this is my opinion. Keke asking that man, well, what info do you have? What info do you have? Doesn't to me mean she was talking to the dude about Tisha and Marcel. She was asking him, what do you know? Tell me what you know. And I was like, but again, why is Tisha so pissed at Keke with this? And not the man who was willing to tell Keke this stuff, which they know what made it to the show. So it just aggravated me that Tisha's aggravation with Keke and not her husband or the person who started the rumor, alleged rumor. And she felt like, well, Keke was lying to me, and so I don't like her no more. You know what I'm saying? And that Keke is using us to be on the show. And I was like, you brought her on the show. You brought Keke on the show. What Mel did too. Y'all both were on the show. You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird. So they fussing or whatever. We then see how Carlos asked the ladies, okay? And again, Kimmy did not say much on this whole thing, neither did Stormi this one time or whatever, but it was these people. But Carlos asked Kimmy and Mel, do y'all feel like Tisha's in denial about, what she's being told about Keke, about Marcel cheating? Child, when neither one of them wanted to answer, go ahead, Mel. Go ahead, Kimmy. Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead, Kimmy. Neither one of them wanted to say, yes, she's in denial. Yes, we all feel like Marcel at some point in order time or another did something. Tisha knows it. She just does not want to accept it because there is no concrete proof. There's just all the smoke. It's just all the smoke, and that's really it. And so Kimmy finally says, You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't think she's in denial. I just think that she's over it. You know what I'm saying? That, if he cheated after all these years, like somebody would need to show proof. Now, I agree. I feel like nobody think Tisha should divorce Marcel because of rumors. I think folk feel like she should divorce Marcel because he seems like an asshole. And no one is saying leave your husband, divorce your husband because somebody said he cheated. No one has ever said that. What they said was Marcel seemed like a jerk. He seemed like he manipulates situations. He seemed like he does not respect you. He seemed like he's a man who thinks he's better than you. That's why most folk have issues with Marcel. Okay, in my opinion. So nobody's issue has ever been would divorce him because the stranger said that ain't what nobody has ever said. Okay, but to me, Marcel and Tisha like to make that they like to make it seem like that's the narrative, and it isn't. Okay, now Mel said, speaking from experience, okay, before you walk away from a long marriage, you have kids together. You saying you have kids or whatever. You want something concrete. You want a real, valid, concrete reason, proof to walk away from something that you've been in for so long or whatever. She's like, I think Tisha just don't have no concrete proof. You know what I'm saying? And because she feel like she don't have no proof, she don't care. Which to me, both Mel and Kimmy point was, yes, we think she in denial. However, it's because she don't have no proof. Yes, we think she should leave that man. However, she should not do that until she has some proof. But yes, we think he's an asshole. Okay. Carlos asked Keke, why do you keep calling she dumb? I'm like, probably because she's dumb. Okay. And then when Keke said, she's known me since we're kids. She know me, okay? She know how I am. She has never seen me be like that. Like, why would I all of a sudden start making things up to ruin her marriage? That don't. And I said, it's true. Keke could be a drug addict from the past. But if she isn't a person who would like to make up things, why would she out the blue make this up? Is my thing, okay? Marcel then say, well, to be relevant on the show. You know what I'm saying? You want to be on the show and coming at us gives you a storyline to be here or whatever. And she said, I'm relevant without TV. Okay, that's why you got me around here and why you be spreading my business. Because let's not forget, it was Tisha and Marcel who was telling Mel and Martell about Keke's drug use. That's another reason why it was scuttlebutt up in the thing. Okay, so again, it's a whole lot for a whole little, and we ain't at McDonald's today. Okay, now they did discuss Keke being allegedly back on drugs. I want to say this: the way Carlos interrogated Keke about drugs was aggravating. It was horrible because why is you bribing her? And if y'all really felt like she was back on that stuff, why would y'all film her? Why would y'all have her on set? Because ain't that a liability? And when Carlos said both cast and crew has said that your behavior has been erratic at times, and it did seem like the barbecue that you were on a mission, and Tisha ignored you there. And I was like, first of all, if the cast and the crew felt like she's having this erratic behavior, is Martell behavior not erratic? Has Martell not had extremely erratic behavior? Is he on drugs? To me, y'all have had to keep Martell under control way more than Keke. Y'all have had to physically restrain Martell while arguing with Mel in Vegas. Is he on drugs? Is he on drugs? So the whole Carlos saying, that you've been erratic, at times. I'm like, but Martell hasn't. Okay. So Keke said, well, Tisha knows that my trigger is, being ignored. You know what I'm saying? And so that triggered me at the thing at the BBQ. And then Carlos asked, does anyone else, feel like Keke is back on drugs? And I was looking like, that should not be a conversation because none of them has been around her when she was on drugs. None of them. And Tisha Marcel instantly, yes, she's back on drugs. Yes. Here go Tisha. She told me, hey, last year, Keke said that she was back on drugs. Okay, that Keke was in a car with a dealer and was getting high, and then that she knew where the man kept his money, and so she stole some of his money and then used his money to pay him for the drugs. And I was like, is you trying to get Keke killed? Did you really just say on national television that your cousin was around here stealing drug dealer money? What if he see this and get pissed off and come beat her up? Who says on national television, my cousin told me that she stole money from the drug dealer, got his products, and used his money to pay him? I was like, girl, who says that's about their... That can have ridiculous consequences. Okay, so Keke then said that's not true. That happened a long time. It was like 5 years ago. That didn't happen last year. What do you mean? So again, Keke don't be denying things. She like, well, no, that did happen, but that wasn't last year. That was like 5 years ago. Okay. And this is also my thing. If Keke told you that last year, why were you still willing to be around her on the show? If you do not want to be around your drug addict cousin, but you were aware that just last year, and that's when y'all was cool, that she was around here in a car getting high with a... Now I'm like, first of all, drug dealers don't really sit with drug addicts and let them get high in their car. Come on now. This whole reunion, Tisha threw out accusations. She called Stormi a pillhead, basically. She's accusing Keke of all kind of things. The cheating within the marriage, drug stuff, just everything. Everything. It's weird. Carlos allowed Tisha to say everything she wanted to say. And half the time when people were trying to respond to her and what she said, Carlos kept cutting people off. Hold on, Stormi. Hold on, Keke. Hold on. Like, you allowed Tisha to throw out these accusations to folk and then shut them down trying to fully respond. That's why I told y'all Carlos is an agent of chaos. Fully an agent of chaos. All day an agent of chaos. Okay. And it's aggravating because people act like Tisha was doing great. And I'm like, no, she wasn't. Tisha's a co-agent of chaos. You know what I'm saying? And even her saying, I have two different pieces of tissue. I have one for my eyes and one for my nose. Just so y'all don't think, why she is two different pieces of tissue. Hey, come on up. My allergies are messing up right now. But again, Keke not denying I did this happened, but it was years ago or whatever. So blah blah bloop. And when Marcel then say that wasn't 5 years ago, that happened in like 2021. And I was like, either way it go, that wasn't last year. That wasn't last year at the all. Okay, so it's weird to me that Marceau is jumping in on this whole bandwagon of, well, let's bury Keke in accusations of things that we know personally, but let's just kind of, you know, twist it a little bit. Let's make it seem like, okay, that everything that we say about Keke is true. Okay, the drug use, the cheating, the this, the that, the wanting to be on TV and using us and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but Tisha, you brought your family on the show. You brought your drug addicted cousin on the show, and now you want to make it seem like y'all can't trust her. She on drugs, but you brought her around. You brought her on the show. And Carlos, you up here drilling a person that Tisha Marceau saying is still on drugs, and you saying she had this erratic behavior, and you're not asking the rest of the cast if they feel like, she's back on drugs. Now Mel said no. I know. I thought what she did at the barbecue was inappropriate. And I told her that at the barbecue that what she did, toss and drink on old girl, was wrong. Maurice then said, I said, not born as Maurice. Because Kimmy and Maurice were just little nets where they would have sometimes say something out the blue. Okay. Maurice, I thought Keke was looking for a moment. She was looking for her moment, and she sacrificed Tisha and got it. Because look at here, we're now here at the reunion talking about her and what happened. I was like, so Maurice sacrificed Kimmy. Okay. If you saying that Keke sacrificed Tisha for a moment to have something to be talked about all season at the reunion, then you sacrifice Kimmy. Okay. Because you saying how Kimmy rolls over and takes it, you created moments on the interview with Carlos and on the interview on Fox Soul. You sacrificed Kimmy by saying completely stupid things to have stuff to talk about at the reunion and on the show. Because think about this, y'all. What else have we discussed besides what Maurice said about Kimmy, how he's made people feel about Kimmy, and him on her cooch while she was stricken with cancer? If Keke sacrificed Tisha, you sacrificed Kimmy. Because what else do we have? Every conversation you had with Kimmy was about her cooch. Every time Kimmy got pissed off, why? Because you were discussing her cooch. You sacrificed Kimmy and made people feel like Kimmy is this dumb woman with this coochie wanting man, and all he cares about is her cooch. You sacrifice. If your point is that Keke did something to get attention, so did you. Because you can't tell me that you had no idea that having a wife with cancer meant you would possibly have to go without sex until her body healed. You knew that. You smart. You went to college, right? A college-educated lawyer. You sacrificed Kimmy for a moment. So you and Keke in the same boat. Anyway, Kimmy also says how her first thought was not that she was back on drugs at the BBQ, but after the fact, I remembered and like looking back on it, you know what I'm saying? I did feel like Keke was a bit jittery. She was a bit sweaty, just a bit nervous. And I was like, first of all, ain't it summertime in Atlanta? Not Atlanta, in Alabama. Ain't it hot? So it's weird to sweat. Now, Keke, we've always seen Keke sweat a lot. And we also know that they said that methadone makes people sweat more. So she always sweaty. So what? She was jittery and nervous. I was like, because she pissed at Tisha. She's pissed at Tisha. And I feel like there's this narrative that people who get high act a certain kind of way. And half the time it's not true. To me. Okay. Now Keke then asked, I'm sorry, Carlos asked Keke, you know what I'm saying, how did she take negative methadone if she admitted that she uses it daily? You know what I'm saying? Did you use somebody else's urine? Now, did she use somebody else's urine? Now, I don't understand methadone to that degree, and I haven't Googled it recently. And I don't understand how that part came back negative. Some folks said if at that time she wasn't taking it daily, it would not show up her system if she did not, if she didn't have it, you know, at that time. I don't know. Okay. But the whole thing about this is my thing. Production knew they were going to ask Keke to take a drug test. That's why Mel had it. Now, Keke didn't know, but production knew. You know what I'm saying? When Mel was like, first of all, Keke said, I had no clue that, the methadone was even on there, but I don't know how that happened. I don't know. Okay, but I'll take a test today. I'm clean. I will take a test today. So whatever. Most active drug addicts are not saying, I will take a drug test today. You want me to? I'll take one today. Most drug addicts are like, I ain't taking no test. No. So when you see, Carlos and Tisha or whatever trying to imply, well, she must use somebody else's urine. It must have been something different. It must have been a lie. Mel said, well, Frank, let's be clear. Because I think Mel was like, let me clear my name because I gave her the test to take and I was there. So don't make it seem as if I'm around here being sketchy. So she said Keke did not know that she was taking a test that day. So she could not have had Keke would have had to have known to get somebody else's urine and have pee with her just on go. And Mel thing was, I don't think she back on drugs, but I know she did not know that we was gonna do that for her. To her, have the test. I went with her to the bathroom. So did the producer. So she didn't use anybody else's anything. And that way it's like Mel is not saying Keke in her own life could not be doing whatever. But what she can say is, we thought she was doing this or that. We gave her a drug test. Not only me, but also another producer was with her. So she could not fake a test. She could not, do anything. It was her. So the test was not, if the test was a false negative, that's one thing. However, we gave her a test and that's that on that. And then if Keke was on drugs, she wouldn't be able to continue receiving treatment methadone. They have your guidelines. If is why I say majority of the cast. I have heard that they give you the methadone because if you use it makes you sick. The methadone is supposed to help you to wean you off, but if you get high, it can make you sicker if you're on the methadone. So I'm not sure, but I do feel like Carlos is too ill-informed to be the one asking these questions. You know what I'm saying? He then started grilling her. Keke, you know what I'm saying? Are you really clean? Have you really been clean this whole time about filming? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever taken hard drugs? Would you have the barbecue? And she was like, first of all, I am 100% clean right now. I only take methadone. I don't know why the test came back negative for the methadone. I've never done any hard drugs. Okay, I've only done. And her point was, y'all making it seem like I'm around here on meth. Because methadone and meth are two different things. I feel heroin, cocaine, crack. Her point was, stop making it seem like I am this hard drug addict who was around here sucking dick for something. No, I was a person who got addicted to pain because I would take a Percocet. I had a pill addiction. I ain't popped pills in years. So it's also to me dangerous that they're putting this stigma on her, like, oh, she's on crack. She's on cocaine, that cocaine. She's on heroin. She's on meth. And she's like, my addiction was to pain pills. And so many people can get addicted. Look, that's why I do not like taking pain pills. I'll give me an Excedrin for a headache and a maybe a Tylenol or a Motrin for cramps, whatever. That's really it. I don't like it because they are so addicted. I told y'all the one time my ex's sister, I had like, what did I had? I was sick of something. It was something I was thinking about at the house. And his sister gave me a pill. You know, hey, here go a pain pill. It was a Vicodin. Bitch, I slept for like 2 days because I don't take pain pills. And, Vicodin, it was a strong Vicodin. And I found out then his sister's on drugs. Okay. So that strong pill to her was, a strong pill to me was nothing to her. You know what I'm saying? And the way he callously sat there and questioned Keke with no empathy with no empathy, no common courtesy of, I don't want to trigger you to use again. It was like, I feel like you getting high. And so I'm going to ask you all the questions because I feel like you get high. And Keke sharing her story, because Keke not denying that she is an addict, that she was an addict. She is not denying that she had a problem. The issue is, she's like, but get my shit straight. Okay? Don't make it seem like I'm out here just wild and getting high or whatever. Because to me, people have different addictions. But to me, a pill addiction and a heroin addiction or a meth addiction, to me, is just different. It's different. Period. And a person who was out here willing to admit, yes, I had this medical thing or whatever, I think it was a surgery, whatever, and I got prescribed pain pills, and I got addicted and was popping pills, Percocet, or whatever. That's my thing. Don't make me out to be more, or make it out I did more than what I did, because that's unfair to me. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like there was no, from Carlos, Tisha, and Marceau's actions, it seemed callous, careless. They didn't care how it came off, how hard it could have been on Keke. Because my thing is, Carlos was oh so nice and gentle dealing with Tiffany and her postpartum, how it can make somebody feel, and making sure that people who are going through things feel supported. You want to be sure that that Tiffany feels supported in her postpartum, because you want to support people going through things. There seemed like there was no sense of support from Carlos, Tisha, or Marceau. And I don't even care about Tisha or Marceau, but Carlos, who is the showrunner. There seemed like there was no real, and my thing is this, if y'all really felt like she had an issue, why not have a genuine conversation about addiction? Why not bring in an addiction specialist to have this conversation and have them talk to Keke? But Carlos is an agent of chaos who likes to cause bullshit to happen all the time. And so when Tisha and Marceau then say, no, she's still getting high. She's still getting high. She needs help. She needs help, And then Marceau, like, I would pick her up on the streets, on the side of the road. And I'm like, again, saying that you're continually picking Keke up on the streets of Huntsville or Alabama. gives off poor, destitute, strung out Keke on the side of the road, giving hand jobs for cocaine. That's what it sounds like. That she out here in these streets, just destitute on the streets, lonely, dark nights, dirty. Marcel, please, Marcel, can you please come pick me up? I am at the Piggly Wiggly, okay, on the corner next to the gas station, the bodega. But I'm saying it comes off like I was so desperate and almost homeless, and I ain't got no car, I ain't got no money, and I can only call Marcel. When he said her husband didn't care, her mama didn't care, like no one cared, and the only person she could call was me. And I was like, if you say so. If you say so. And it's the equivalent of something simple as, while she was in her addiction, she called me for help. That's it. She called me. And Keke said, that's not true. I'm saying at one point, my husband took my keys. I still left the house, without my keys or whatever. And I called him to come get me. So I'm like, again, because we ain't there. But it's like, this is old shit. Because they didn't recently go pick up Keke. They didn't. When Tisha went to college and graduated that season, and Marceau had that picnic celebration or whatever in the park, and Keke was there, what they wasn't saying then, well, Carlos, Marceau went and picked Keke up from the car. Like, it was no mention of Keke, who was up there fussing with Mel in defense of Tisha at that point in time. No, fussing with either Mel, no, fussing with Kimmy. Fussing with Kimmy at that point in time in defense of Tisha. They want to forget that part. Okay. They want to forget that part. That when we first met Keke, it was at the family congrats to Tisha for a degree, and Keke was defending Tisha to Kimmy. You wanna know why? Because Tisha and Keke were great cousins. And nothing that they had did to help Keke was so horrible that they didn't want her around. Keke had popped on the scene a couple times in defense of Tisha. We didn't see her much at all after then until Mel brought Keke around, and then folk forgot. Oh, I'm like, that's the same cousin from before. That's the same cousin from before. Yeah, they talk about Keke like she was on the side of the road selling cooch. That's how they say it. But folk don't be. This is the thing. They also know some folk don't remember stuff from back then. So Tisha and Marcel would say stuff, and then when Keke tried to say that ain't how it happened, it make it seem like he always had excuses. Like, no, Marcel and Tisha say stuff so vaguely opinionated stuff. People form their own opinion. If somebody say, I'm fussing with my husband because I was on drugs, he don't want me to leave the house, I leave anyway. And because I leave anyway, I need a ride, I call myself. That's the explanation. When someone say, drug addicted Keke would call me at night to come get her. It seemed like she out there selling cooch. She out there selling cooch. I can't believe that's how it feels. So it's bullshit. To me, the truth is in the details. And that's why Tisha and Marcel consistently leave out the details. They give you little itty bitty bolts apart it. This itty bitty stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Kimmy, no, I'm not fussing with no drug addicts. So Kimmy had a full-fledged, conversation with Keke back in the day. Kimmy know that Tisha that Keke was better. Period. Carlos didn't get on the Crime Stoppers thing. Now, to me, them continuing to show the Crime Stopper thing from Huntsville and then having to say Keke has not been charged, there's been no charges, nothing against Keke has happened since that aired. Now, let's be clear. The people in Huntsville, the police folk, know exactly who she is. You want to know why? That's a small ass town. It's a small town. That's why so much stuff be circling, because they all know each other. Ain't nowhere on God's green earth that they don't know that is Keke Jabbar from Love and Marriage Huntsville on the OWN network. And Keke was really caught stealing from the Home Depot, they would have arrested her. They know who she is. They know where to find her. They know her bosses. Destiny was on the same Crime Stoppers, mug shot and all. And what happened? She has charges. You want to know why? Because allegedly she did that shit. Now, while there may be an explanation to how it happened, she went and turned herself in. You want to know why? Because there were charges. Keke wasn't charged with shit. So Carlos and the producers showing that clip every chance they got, repeating it and repeat as if Keke is wanted. Keke was charged with something. No, she wasn't. She wasn't. True T, she wasn't charged with anything. When Tisha said, I was like, why is she sitting there alive? Why? I was like, but did she still alive? Is that what it was? Okay. Marcel then said, well, she stole it so she could return it to buy drugs. I said, how much does a lot cost? Look, I don't do drugs. I don't. So I don't know. I don't even know how much weed cost. The weed used to cost back in my day. When I used to smoke weed long, it was a $5 bag, a $10 bag, a $25 bag, and then up from there. I don't know how much drugs cost these days, but I'm like, I feel like, how could she think, let me steal a lock from Home Depot to buy drugs? I was like, the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Tisha and Marcel are running with this, and I was like, why she's alive? Oh, because she was gonna. So Tisha sets it up. Why would Keke still alive? And Marcel to steal it, return it for money, and then use that money to go buy drugs. Because now the narrative is Keke broke. So Keke's like, that's stupid. Like, how can I return a lock for cash with no receipt? I can't get no money. When Marcel said you return the lock to get a gift card, to then sell the gift card to get cash, I was like, so is that what you've been doing, Marcel? How much does locks cost in Huntsville? And how does Marcel know a scheme? Is that how Marcel buy the construction shit. Does Marcel be wild stealing things from the Walmart, the Home Depot? Does he steal shit and return it for a gift card to get cash to buy Tisha purses? Nobody has that quick of a response to how somebody is doing something to get drugs, unless they did what? Sat at home and wrote down reads. Because who thinks in the moment to say, well, she stole that lock to return it to get a gift card? I was like, what? Even I was like, bitch, what? And I'm like, how many locks would she have had to steal to have it add up to enough money to get some drugs, to then know I can return it for a gift card, then sell the gift card to buy? I was like, that is insane. That's insane. Because who do Tisha know? Not Tisha. Who does Keke know that needs a fucking Home Depot card? Now, Marcel and Tisha have the construction business. So, I mean, people who work in construction always need stuff from Home Depot. You know? And if you know Keke, do you know other drug addicts? You know, who else do people who own companies that build houses? You know, who else do y'all know? Do y'all have folk who sell y'all Home Depot gift cards? Is that how Marcel's first response was? A scheme that tied to the bullshit? Also, drug addicts are smart. They are. They are. They're also simple, meaning they are not trying to have no elaborate schemes to get a couple of dollars to get high with. This ain't. That don't make no sense at all. And I was like, Marceau, you full of shit. At this point, I was like, okay, you gave a whole plan, a plot, and a story to how drug addicts get money by selling gift cards to stores after stealing from said stores. Okay, I'm like, whatever. Now, Carlos did say to Keke, look, the person on that camera 100% looked like you. And Keke said, I never said it wasn't me. I never said or denied that it was me on the camera. I denied the story attached to me, and I will be vindicated. I said, come on, let them know. Let them know. Because that was Keke. It for sure was Keke. But I've also said, usually any store that catches someone stealing who allegedly gets back the stuff they stole, they don't allow them to leave the store, let alone contact the news Crime Stoppers people to report a crime that they let her leave with. They let her leave. They let her leave. And Keke did not even look like she was rushing out the store. She looked like somebody walking out the fucking store. Okay? And again, I'm not negating the accusation, but my point is, it don't make no sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. We see on TikTok and IG all the time, when these stores have folk who be in there stealing on camera, stealing, they have them arrested. They have them arrested. And the truth is true. Why would Keke steal some locks? That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. So Keke saying, I'm not saying it wasn't me on the thing. And I'm going to say this too. If Keke was really caught stealing locks, why did they not release the footage showing Keke putting the stolen stuff in her bag? We have seen, if we seen the flying felon jump over the bench, flying to the judge, we have seen those robberies at these stores. We see what these people are accused of. They show people a picture of Keke just walking out of Home Depot, a still shot of her walking towards the door. They then show her pulling out of a parking space. When I pull out a parking space, I peel off too. But Crime Stoppers did not show footage of Keke putting the stuff in her bag. There's no footage of Keke. Where's the footage of Keke walking with her child? Because then they said the Keke, her kid was with her. Where is the footage, the still shots showing Keke with her child? Where's the footage of the child picking up something and keeping it too? Where is the footage? Where is your scooter? Where is it? Was it swallowed up? Was it swallowed up? Where is the footage? So when folk was like, well, Keke, she was a girl, is Crime Stoppers of Huntsville with no footage of the crime. Where's the footage of the security or loss prevention taking Keke to the office to take the stuff out of her purse? All I'm saying is, when folks are accused of a crime, they show them doing it. So there's no denying that they did it. But showing Keke, can you imagine if you was at Walmart standing around on your phone and they then said you was around there stealing a TV, but don't show not now proof of you even in the TV section? Where is the footage of Keke standing near the locks? It's nowhere. It's nowhere. Carlos then says, oh, so carelessly, we want to offer you support, you know what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, it's okay, and blah, blah, bloop, and bloop, bloop, blah. I'm like, Carlos, you full of shit. Nowhere in the interrogation, the conversation, the allegations, and all this stuff, did y'all feel any kind of care, hoping Keke stays clean? Keke up there having a fuss and argue about everything with y'all. Y'all don't care about Keke? I don't. And I'm not saying Keke is this innocent angel. Keke has said things, because again, she was wrong for tossing the thing at Tisha. However, irregardless, it's some bullshit afoot from the damn Scotts and Carlos. And you can't tell me different. Okay? Now, y'all take one little second. Oh, I also want to add this too. Before I tell you I like the video and dance. Carlos making it seem like they have such a concern for people, who have addiction and blah, 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 and how they care, and that, you have to be okay, and, being sober and serious. But they sat here and monetized off Keke's alleged drug use. They sat there and let Tisha and Marcel make it seem like she is this crazy, erratic person getting high all the time, and y'all monetized off of it. Y'all got paid with ads and sponsors and interviews over the allegation of her drug use. But not in their time have y'all brought in anybody to have a clear-cut conversation about sobriety, drug use, rehabilitation, and none of that. So Carlos, miss us with the bullshit of, well, we care. We care for those. We want to be sure. Keke could have easily relapsed this solely based on the amount of scrutiny that y'all allowed Tisha to put her through. Okay, y'all had that lady, production had that lady take a drug test at a storage unit. Met her at a storage unit, had her take a drug test, then said the drug test was probably rigged. Miss me with the bullshit. But first, like the video. These people were getting on my nerve, y'all. They around here being stupid for no reason. And by people, I mean Carlos. Well, and Tisha. Child, let's get to Martell. My allergies, girl. My allergies is going crazy. Even in the winter. Child, Martell and his antics this season is crazy, okay? We see the highlights of Martell's stuff this season. And to me, oh God. To me, Martell is the person that should be getting grilled. Martell is the person who should be a liability. Martell is the person who deserves all the smoke. You hear me? Because Martell is the person who, in my opinion, we've seen lie, cheat, steal, manipulate, okay, stretch truths, expand lies, all while being a bald-headed scallywag, okay? Martell is the villain. Period. And Martell being the villain doesn't mean Mel is perfect. No. Because Martell being the villain has nothing to do with Mel. It has everything to do with what he did, how he did it, when he did it, who allowed it to be done, and who keeps filming no matter how much bullshit Martell puts Mel through. Okay? Carlos asked if, Martell was still with Sheree. Y'all still together? He said, we were never a couple. We were just friends. Again, Martell and Sheree are not even good business partners. They're not good actors. That's why neither one of them have ever been in a movie. They are not good liars. You get me? Because both of them on their respective shows made it seem like they were dating. They fully made it seem like they were dating. They both used that to get attention and a piece of a storyline for both of their seasons. Sheree did it because she needed a check. Sheree needed something to be discussed on her show, and why not have it be Martell? And Martell, as she also knows, has a lot of drama. So if nothing else, they're going to ask her, go, why are you with that man? And he got all that drama, but he's so nice to me. He's nice to me. So even if her storyline is her defending Martell to the holy heavens, that still gives her enough space to use him for a story. And because they live in different states, that is ample reason to why he ain't here. She not here. She don't live here. He don't live here. on both of their shows, they can both easily say, well, so-and-so is not here because they don't live here. Of course, Martell can't be at every function. He lives in Alabama. He got 18 kids. Sheree can't come to Huntsville. Why? Because she got the gas money. Sheree got the... You know what I'm saying? They both had reason to give while the other one was not around. And was like, you only have to come for like 1 or 2 episodes. That's what they both did. Both of them on both of their shows had the person show up for 1 or 2 events, and that's it. How did 2 people in 2 separate states both just happen to have 2 events that they showed up to at the beginning of the season? We had Martell show up for Sheree for Ross's birthday party in the opener. Then whatever event towards the end of the season. So two things. You know what I'm saying? And then 1 house visit. On this show, Sheree showed up for Martell's event. It was Martell's book event. 1 house visit. I think that was it. So the whole we're never a couple. We're just friends. No, y'all made it seem the pose pictures and hanging out, working out. You know, when Sheree was filming the housewife reunion thing, how Martell was there with her in New York and it was walking around on live. Girl, miss me with the bullshit. Okay. Carlos asked Kimmy, why did you feel like saying that? You know what I'm saying? It seemed like a business agreement between Martell and Sheree. And Kim said because it just seemed that, but like there was no fuzzies. There was no, there was nothing that came off warm and fuzzy with them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a business arrangement. Because let's be truthful. Martell cannot bring coleslaw on the show. He can't. Even when he said her name, they bleep it. He could bring Sheree on. He could say Sheree's name. Sheree also has a show that he can go on as well. It was a scheme. It was a business situation. When Martell said back to Kimmy, well, I've never seen you and Maurice, because she also said how they weren't holding hands, like there was no like even soft kisses or whatever. There was nothing like dating is with them two, okay? And Martell said, well, I've never seen you and Maurice kiss beside your wedding. I was like, we've seen them kiss. We've seen them walk in hand in hand. We've seen them act like a married couple. Even though we don't like Tisha and Marcel, we've seen them act as a married couple. We've seen Destiny and her ex-husband. Like we've seen each couple, even Lou and Tiffany. Destiny and no, not Destiny. Stormi and Courtney. We've seen every couple act like a couple. Hell, Keke and me, every couple has acted like a couple on here, except Sheree and Martell. So he be lying as he always does. Carlos asked how he felt about people who thought him and Sheree had a pact. Him saying for a storyline for both of the shows. Well, that's not true. I didn't even want to film on her show, but you did. You drove your ass, flew your ass to Atlanta, but you did, okay? It wasn't a business arrangement. I'm saying we didn't get anything out of each other. We just enjoyed each other's company. And this is the thing. It wasn't about y'all getting money from each other. It was the attention y'all got for insinuating that y'all were dating. It was the storyline that came forth from both y'all shows. So the business agreement had nothing to do with financial gain. It had nothing to do with let's get something from each other. It was simply Martell and Sheree dating will be talked about. It will get attention. It will get clicks and views. Period. And the fact that Martell and Sheree have the same publicist. Anyway, Carlos asked Lewis about how I don't care about Tiffany and Lewis. You know, when Lewis said that he, watched the show back, whatever, he realized that, some things that Tiffany told him about the meeting with Marcel and Martell were true. But some things he do feel like she added some extra flair. But he do not feel that he owes anyone an apology for how he reacted to it, because at the end of the day, it's my wife, blah, blah, blah. I didn't care. Marcel called me Tiffany Karen. Did he do that because she's half white? Yes. She did. I'm sorry, he did. Marcel 100% called Tiffany a Karen because she's half white. Okay. Is Tiffany a Karen? Tiffany isn't a Karen, but Tiffany is very aggravating because she will insert herself and ask questions and then act like, why y'all mad at me? I just asked what y'all want to know. I don't think she's a Karen because I don't think she's doing things. I don't think she's going to Black people assuming they're bad people because they're Black. I don't think Tiffany's actions have anything to do with Black people. To me, a Karen is somebody who attacks or comes at Black folk because they're Black. I think Tiffany is just I think she is nosy and has no boundaries, but I don't think it has anything to do with her doing that with Black people. To me, the term Karen is about white women. Let me say it so I can be verbatim. My points. To me, Karen is white women who use their whiteness as a way to get sympathy and to cause harm to Black people in situations that should not be brought to the attention of police. You try to get Black people in trouble by using your whiteness. You will cry, you will call foul, you will lie, you will stress the truth about a situation that you usually caused, and you will blame the Black person and say, but they attacked me. They're shopping in the mall and they shouldn't be here. That's what a Karen is to me. That's where the term, in my opinion, that's where Karen came from. It was white women using their whiteness for sympathy and being vindictive against the Black person or the person of color that they are trying to get in trouble. Tiffany is someone who will ask questions. She will be messy with her questions with people, no matter who they are. I don't think her point is to ever get someone in trouble, but she's nosy as fuck. She's messy. But it has nothing to do, in my opinion, in getting somebody else in like legal trouble and then crying foul. Usually if Tiffany says something and she's caught in it, she's caught in it. So when he called her a Karen, I did not think she's a Karen. But he called her a Karen because she's half white. Period. So I'm like, the conversation to me wasn't even, we know why he said it. He won't admit to it. You know what I'm saying? Even him saying, that's racist. I wouldn't say anything racist. Yes, she would. Marcel, shut the fuck up, okay? But I don't care. Now, when Carlos goes back to Martell about, him and Sheree, and, why did y'all break up? What happened? You know what I'm saying? This was what I had to focus on me. You know what I'm saying? I needed to focus on my life and my business, and dating as a man. When you're a man, you're dating, like, it's hard. Sir, you couldn't be a husband the right way. Okay? You couldn't husband correctly. So the whole thing, and if I'm dating, it takes so, sir, What business? We still don't know how Martell makes money. Maybe he builds houses. I don't know. We don't see it. Okay. So whatever. Now, when Carlos brings up how Sheree said on her show that y'all stop dating because, of all the negative press that you get. Well, I knew that. Yes, you did. Now, to me, I feel like Sheree knew that would be an easy out. She knew if push come to shove, I can walk away and say it's just too much going on. But like, she knew that when she got with him. When Kenya told Sheree, girl, you see all the shit in the news about that man. Why even, So to me, Sheree always knew that would be her reason to leave him be. Because once she got in it and she seen coleslaw is unhinged, what can I do? What can I say? Okay. And Carlos asked if, it's hard for you to date women because you still have feelings for Mel. Like, is that what it is? And I said, Lord, here come him and Mel. Now, we all know and feel that Martell for sure has feelings for Mel. I think he's to the point where he know they can't get back together. He know Mel would never take him back. I think he knows that. That's why he's unhinged. Because it went from him being unhinged about we can possibly get back together. If I can just get her to forgive me, we can possibly be together. He now knows that won't happen. That's out the car. So now I'm unhinged because I'm pissed. And Martell said, well, who said I had feelings for her? I said, everybody. Well, Carlos at the cameras. It's shown on we see you what you said on camera. And then Nell said he also told me, like the day the house was fussing, he told me there, how he still loved her. And if he could change what he did, he would change it and get back and be back with Mel. And Mel said, he said the same thing to me. I hear the exact same thing. Because again, Martell wants Mel back. You hear me? And Carlos asked, like, did her change her last name make you feel like, okay, that's the officially done, we're over the nail in the coffin. And he said, well, if she was getting remarried, I would get that, but just to go and do it out the blue, like this why? She's like, well, why does it matter to you? And that's true. Y'all are divorced. A lot of divorced women go back to their maiden name. It's not a big issue. And so her asking, why does it even matter to you that I changed and went back to my last name? Oh, well, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're talking about it. It's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? We had a scene and she was like, whatever, no. You know what I'm saying? And Nell then said, well, no, he's told me things outside of filming about how he about him and Mel. And Mel said, yes, he said to me off camera as well. So it's not about this stuff that's being in a scene on camera. And Martell likes to play the game of we're actors. The stuff I say on camera is not real. It's fake. And y'all are fooled because y'all believe it. And I was like, oh, we're the fools. You go on a show about your reality. You get divorced on the show. Is the divorce fake? Is Knox not a real baby? It's Maverick Knox Holtz, not a real baby. When people say stuff like it's not real, we're acting, you got divorced. You're in court for child custody and shit. Your kids split time between you and Mel. A whole baby was born. What's fake? What's fake? At what point did you start faking it? Because we see, unless Knox is a fucking hologram, what do you want us to do? Okay, what do you want us to do? And it's stupid when Martell says stuff like that. Like, I'm just playing along for the show. You played a game so tough that you destroyed your family? Are you the only actor? I'm just wondering. It's weird to me. Now, Carlos asked Martell if he admitted. Carlos asked Martell, do you feel like if you admitted that you still love Mel, that Mel would just like run with it? And I'm like, run where with it? When I said, Carlos, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, what? You to ask this fool, do you think if you admitted to loving Mel, that Mel would run with? I'm like, Carlos, where would she run to? Who would she run to? Where would it go? Okay. Mel does not, and this is not me trying to be, I'm not a millimeter. I'm just common sense Jaylee. Mel doesn't have to run with a narrative. You know why? She don't want him. Mel don't want him. So Mel would have no reason to run with a narrative that Martell still loves her. Unless she runs to court to get a PBO. That's it. That's all. You know, but when Marceau replied first and said, or would it get you in trouble with your wife? Meaning Martell not admitting to how he feels about Mel, even though he don't have to because we see it. Marceau saying, could the real reason be why he can't admit this because Coleslaw will be pissed because that's your girlfriend. You can't admit how you feel about your ex-wife because your girlfriend will get pissed. And when Marie said, ooh, Marceau was on one today because he kept tossing in stuff when it came to Mel, Martell, and other stuff too. I'm saying. And Martell then said, no, Mel then said, right. Thank you, Marceau. Thank you. Yes, right. It ain't about me. It's about coleslaw. You hear me? And Martell says, well, no, I'm not in that relationship. I'm saying because I'm single. I'm not, no. Because Carlos asked specifically, are you with your child's mom? Again, they do not say her name. He said, no, I'm not in a relationship, whatever, I'm single. Marceau said, but does she think that y'all are in a relationship? Again, Marceau is holding Martell more accountable than Carlos is. You wanna know why? Because Marceau know that Marceau know Martell is with coleslaw. Carlos know that. Mel know that. The world knows it because we see this shit on social media. Well, yeah, when he said wife, that was a joke. We knew who he was talking about. We know that they not married, but we do know that's who he fucking in the house. You know what I'm saying? And Martell saying, I'm not in a relationship. I'm single. And Marceau's rebuttal was, but do coleslaw think y'all in a relationship? Because she do. You know what I'm saying? And Mel says Martell is lying. He's lying. You know what I'm saying? That when my kids are there, she's almost already there all the time. Okay? She's almost there every day. So Martell lying. He is with her because she's always there. And if you ain't there, ain't no point in her always being there. Okay? And so when Carlos asked Mel, what does it hurt you that coleslaw is around your kids? And when Mel said, it doesn't hurt me. No, it doesn't hurt me at all. However, I go into protective mode. And to me, this is all the proof I need. Not that I even needed proof, but proof that Martell is not only a lie, he's a damn lie. You know, and Mel's reaction is always in protection of her children. When Mel said, it doesn't hurt me. However, I get protected because I can't trust someone like that. Okay. She said, this is someone who adored my family setup so much that they worked their ass off with Martell, with the help of Martell, to come between it. And That's the definition of not blaming her, but acknowledging she fully, wholeheartedly played a part in the demise of my marriage with the help of my ex-husband. Some folk like to say you can't blame the person that your spouse cheats with. You can when that person know you married. It doesn't mean that they're fully at fault solo dolo. They played an active role in the demise of my family. How can I be comfortable knowing that kind of person is around my children? I can't help the fact that Martell is around my kids because he's the daddy. I can't stop that. Not right now. However, that person who he did all that shit with is around my kids. So I have to be protective of my kids, of my peace. You know, and Martell then said, oh, the kids are fine. They not. They not. And I had to keep rewatching this because Martell was cutting her off, whatever, to fully hear what Mel was saying. Because Martell is around here trying to protect coleslaw. And Mel says, for me, is knowing that they are around someone who has said such nasty and vile things about their mom and their dad. Because that's the get you gotcha. Coleslaw was not only on social media talking horrible shit against Mel, she's also said crazy shit about Martell. That's the gotcha. And when she's like, you know, that's the person she is. The thing she's, and this is the thing, we only know the thing that Coleslaw has publicly said about Mel. If the thing she said about Mel in public is public, can y'all imagine what she said to Mel on like a phone call, in a DM, in a text? You know what I'm saying? We only seen the things she said publicly. So that means to me, she said worse off camera. She said worse offline. You know what I'm saying? And as Carlos is asking Mel, you know, how she feels about her kids being around Coleslaw, and Mel is giving her opinion about what happened, Martell is up here basically defending Coleslaw. Well, you know, what has your side said with those 11 babysitters you've had? I'm like, I'm so sick of that. I'm sick. The fact that Martell keeps going back to the one thing, she's had 12 sitters, which I don't believe. I'm saying. And Mel like, see how he defends her? You know, he's bringing up stuff about me. Okay, about me. When he's known for years that she's tried to torture and come between our marriage and DM me. Like, it's so much more I could say. He know it. And he's sitting here and he's defending her. How dare you? I was like, boom. That was her point. Martell know he did wrong. He know Coleslaw has done wrong too. But when fussing with Mel, he tries to defend Coleslaw and then wonder why Mel don't fuck with him. Because even through the demise of our marriage, you defend the person who helped you do it. You won't let me express how I feel about that person and being around my kids. You can't allow me to do that. You defend her. It's aggravating because we see the bullshit around, and we just have to kind of deal with it. You know, now Mel said, I've never had 12 people watch my kids overnight. You know what I'm saying? The first right of refusal is about overnights. It's not about if I'm going somewhere for the day and someone has the kids. First right of refusal means I have to ask you to watch the kids and you can refuse to do it, and then I can get a sitter. That only happens if I'm going to be somewhere overnight. Not if I'm going to or what. I don't have to ask you every time. It's only about the nighttime. So you saying I've had 11 people watch my kids overnight. is a goddamn lie. You know what I'm saying? Period. And Martell, it's in the paperwork. It's in the paperwork. And when she said, I know somebody, I know. Okay, the same way when you were asked if you were in a relationship with Sheree and you said it was a business arrangement. And it was like, oh, what? What? They're like, what? That's not, when I say he had a full tantrum, that ain't true. He got up, stormed off, went to the back, got a whole bunch of paperwork. Because of course you bring your child custody paperwork to the TV show reunion taping of a show. Of course you step off in your tight ass suits to get the paperwork for your child custody stuff. Because who would not have that with them at the reunion? I was like, bitch. He looked so pissed walking away. No. I was like, sir, sit your ass down. And Mel said it's in the paperwork. You know, the transcript, when I was typing, now Mel's point was not the paperwork of like our court stuff. However, when you're being questioned in court, they're transcribing everything. So everything that's asked is on the record. So Mel was saying, while being questioned, you were asked this question. You said it was business. You and Sheree was a business situation. And so it's in the paperwork. Martell went and got like the court ordered stuff. Now it wouldn't be in the court order stuff, but however, it is in the transcript, which is the court paperwork. Okay. And when he came back with just the regular stuff, she was like, no, where's the transcript? Where the transcript of all the stuff that I said and you said, okay? And he was like, oh, you're a liar. You're a liar. You know what I'm saying? And Mel said, I will pay to get the transcript, okay? Because you said it, buddy, okay? And, you know, you are the lowest of the low. That's the same paperwork that Martell was sending to bloggers to talk about our kids. And y'all remember, while they were in court, there were bloggers posting stuff, and Mel kept saying on her lives or whatever, in her stories, how, you know, stuff was being leaked. And knowing that Martell was giving info to bloggers to put out, that's crazy to me. You are the lowest of the low. I was like, oh, she was reading him. And Martell the whole time, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're making me look bad on television. When Carlos had to get up to force him to sit down and to calm down, you're a liar. You're a liar. You make me look horrible on TV, on the internet. And he's like, Martell, calm down. Because they was going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because Mel was reading him, and he felt like if she keeps talking, folks will keep believing her. And I feel like, based on Martell's actions, Mel is being truthful as far as how he reacting. You know what I'm saying? And how he be having these outbursts because he be caught. You know? And him, the amount of anger in him and the amount of comfort that Carlos gives him. I feel like Carlos keeps accepting Martell's bad behavior because he feel like it's good for the show. You know, and that aggravates me that he consistently gives Martell passes. Because why do you have to physically, Martell, sit down. Martell, calm down. He's more right than Keke. Is he how it feels? Anyway, Mel says I've never discussed the stuff that you brought to TV or the social media. I've never that be you on that bullshit, okay? And when Carlos, okay, okay, we're done. I'm happy y'all are divorced. It's fine. Done, okay? And Mel then says, see, our house was toxic. This how bad it got. And Martell says it was never like this. She said, yes, it was. That's why I beat your ass that one time. I said, nah. She beat his ass. Shut up. Look, y'all know my rule. Everybody keep your hands to yourselves. Now, I saw folk in the comment section on Twitter last night saying, oh my God, if no, Martell said if a man said that, it'd be crazy. It would be. It would be. We don't condone violence here. We don't condone violence. I will also say, if your husband cheats on you and have a baby on you and y'all fussing, you might beat him up one time. I mean, if you get charged, you get charged. But you know, people keep this up. But I mean, you can look at any point in time, folk get their ass beat. Okay, and I just feel like people should keep their hands to themselves. Yes, I also understand that Martell deserves ass whooping. I mean, I can't. If Mel beat that man up one good time, I feel like had she went to jail and got arrested for it, she'll do her time. She'll do her time. You know, people need to keep it. I'm trying. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm saying, you know, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm saying seeing this story play out over these past 6 seasons, I can fully understand Mel, you know, punching Martell in the chest a lot and beating him up. I can see that. Now, if she picked up a frying pan and like clocked him over the head, you know what I'm saying, and like you know what I'm saying, that I'm like, girl, you doing too much, okay? But if she like, you know what I'm saying, oh, Martell, I hate you, you know what I'm saying, you know. But again, you know, she, you know, somebody get her some bail money, you know. I felt like that man, you know, that man on some bullshit. Lastly, let's get into these motherfuckers right here. Okay. Mel, Betty, and Stormi. Bitter Betty bitter as aggravated me. Okay. Bitter Betty around here. And then we also had cousin Junebug, but why was fuck cousin Junebug? Okay. It's crazy to me how Tisha Marceau and fuck have said, oh, Keke wanted to be on the show. Keke, girl, if they have ever been a person who was doing things to get on the show, better Biddy. And bitter, I don't mean that she wants something from Mel, that she's jealous of Mel at all. There is a bitterness in Betty that is embedded in every fiber of her being. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Again, I said earlier, I don't know how hard her life was. I don't know what she's went through that can make her be this bitter person, not only towards Mel, towards her sister, towards people. Hey, a little bit towards Stormi. And folk like this. I posted on Twitter last night. I said Betty is if any of y'all watch Bravo Salt Lake City Housewives, and I don't watch the show, we know what happened. The girl Monica, who was a Twitter troll or whatever, or had a trolling account and made her way onto the Housewives franchise, I said that's Betty. Betty was before season 1, before Stormi and Mel knew each other. Betty was watching the show. Betty was a fan of the show and did not like Mel from season 1. Betty is a fan of the show who made her way onto the show. Betty is a person who was talking cash shit about the show on social media and got on the show as a fan of the show. And now that she's on the show, she is having her bitter moments towards Mel. So tough that she's helped cause a rift between Mel and Stormi that truthfully should only be between Mel and Stormi. Anytime somebody is a fan of the show and they can separate their fandomness of the show and experiencing the people in real life from the show, it's proof she's bitter. Her name is Betty. Because why? Now, Carlos asked Bitter Betty, what did Mel do that made you feel like she wasn't a good friend for me? Child, when Betty sat up and turned to Mel, I said, and scene. Again, Betty is the same person as Monica. The difference is Monica at least had her own storyline on the thing. Monica at least befriended the ladies on the show. Bitter Betty around here being bitter for no reason. You hear me? Betty says, stuff was popping. Look, y'all, if y'all don't know, there are Love and Marriage Huntsville like fan pages on Facebook. I'm not in them. At one point around maybe season 2, season 3, I was in one because I was reviewing the show. It got to be too much because the groups are not like factual things. It's the group is taking a person's tweet here and then it was crazy. So I'm like, it ain't no reason to be in it. Betty kept saying how Mel is in these groups. Mel is in the groups. Stormi's in the groups. Marceau is in the groups. A few of the cast are in the groups. It's not just Mel. I want to make that clear. But Bitter Betty's saying how stuff be popping up in the fan groups, okay, that she's been in these fan groups since season 1, that Mel is also in these groups, okay, but Mel never comes in to dispel what the folks be putting. Now, just to give y'all a bit of how it works. Imagine being in a group with thousands of people. And people are posting their opinion on an episode. You expect Mel to be in that group and sitting around and finding the things that they saying. And then dispelling what what, bitch? That's what she's saying. That if somebody take what Mel's, because the person took Mel's tweet and posted it in this group, and she felt like because Mel is in said group, Mel should be in there saying, well, that ain't true, trying to cape for Stormi. You know what I'm saying? You know, Mel never come in these groups and say what ain't true. When they posted a tweet from Mel page, Mel never came in and said it wasn't true. Now, Mel said, first of all, my point in my tweet, Mel's tweet was back when Destiny, the episode, Destiny played a recording to Martell of Mel talking. And Mel tweeted saying, see, somebody was in my house and recorded me. And I'm paraphrasing. And that's why I don't let folk in my house. Now, on that episode, Stormi had came to visit Mel. Yes, she did. However, if you had common sense, Mel was talking about Destiny recording stuff she said and played it for Martell. Now, I feel like when Mel was interviewing and doing her interview from home, Destiny was recording what Mel was saying, and that's how she played stuff to Martell. However, common sense was we all said she's talking about Destiny. We see Destiny playing a recording and showing it to Martell. Why would anyone think she meant Stormi when no one seen Stormi play a recording to anybody? They just saw her at the house. Meaning Bitter Betty ass so dense, she didn't get. It shouldn't matter what the fans say. Because common sense people should see she's talking about Destiny. That's what I saw on social media as well. She's talking about Destiny. Destiny, Destiny, Destiny. No one thought it was about Stormi, but maybe a few people. And Betty going on social media, getting involved is what made folk think more, oh, maybe it is about her. Because Stormi Mama is around here saying this and that and this. Now, let's also make something else clear. Mel don't be clearing up shit on social media. None of them do. Nobody for Love Marriage Huntsville will really be responding to comments unless it's about themselves. I don't understand why anybody is around here saying, why didn't Mel do this? And why did Mel do that? When does Mel have time to see everybody's tweets and comments when she's going through divorce, has 4 kids, I don't think she cared for one. Because I felt like Mel saw what we saw, her talking about Destiny. Why would I even address foolishness when what I'm saying is fully out here? And if somebody took my tweet and put it on Facebook, I don't have time for that shit. I was like, that show you how dumb some people is. Because no one thought it was Stormi. No one. Now, when Stormi said, well, at the time the episode appeared, I was first at your house. And so people assumed it was about me. And Mel said, I can get your point. However, I didn't say it was about the person who was in my house at the time. I never said that. Never said that. And she tweeted it at the part where Destiny was playing the recording for Martell. I'm like, oh. It was dumb to me. And I think Mel was like, I'm not going to feed into and make it seem as if I did shit wrong. I did not do shit wrong. At all. Well, you didn't say anything, Mel, until my mama blew it up on social media, you know? And Mel said, yeah, but why did your mama even feel the need to do that? You know, if you felt some kind of way, Stormi, why did you hit me up and just say, man, what the fuck? And I wasn't in contact. I didn't have your number. I wasn't in contact with you at that point. I was like, bull of the shit. So this is my thing. If we not cool enough for you to have my number or for you to call me, why would I then stick my neck out, okay, and add shit that ain't even going on? I'm confused. You know, and when Betty asked, well, you was in the group too, and you could tell people that ain't what happened, and that was unfair to my daughter. It was unfair. I was like, Betty, girl, lady, ma'am, shut up. Shut up. Again, Betty wasn't needed for this. This could have been a conversation between Mel and Stormi. Betty wanted camera time. Betty has not liked Mel since season 1 and could not wait to show that on the show. And what Stormi said, fans were going to whatever store, you know what I'm saying, and saying things or whatever. No, she said, Stormi said fans are going to say whatever. So you do not have to correct, because fans going to say and whatever. You don't have to correct them. She said, but some of the people were directly commenting under your post saying things about me, and you didn't say nothing. And I'm like, what was she supposed to say? I don't need anybody defending me. If the fans is saying, yeah, unless Mel said Stormi was in my house and she recorded me, I don't care what the fans are saying, because the fans wasn't here. The fans they not here. And if you say, I saw Mel's tweet, and so y'all know she not talking about me, leave it at that. Your mama jumping in and getting involved in what made people feel like, oh, it's a beef between Stormi and Mel. So she must be talking about Stormi, because your mama did. Your mama created a shitstorm around you. That's whose fault it was. Your mama's fault. Your mama did it. Because she made the fans feel like it's issue, it's beef. And they ran with that narrative. Your mama should not have gotten involved, Stormi. That's bottom line. Your mama caused this. Your mama made it worse. Because true adult fans knew it wasn't about you. We knew that. Your mama changed the narrative. Because she went to the group, and them groups is messy. Those groups are Keke in them groups, Tisha in them groups are messy. Wanda in them groups are messy. And then, she was like, you saw what they were saying, you know what I'm saying? They were calling stores to get my products off the shelves. And I was like, how the fuck would Mel know that? Unless you told Mel that, how Mel don't work for your company or Target or Walmart or wherever your stuff is being sold. Mel don't work there. How would Mel know that fans who she don't know, how would Mel know that strangers on the internet was contacting stores to have your stuff pulled from shelves? First of all, any store that remove your stuff from shelves is stupid, based on random people stuff. Okay, now that was thing one. But the whole, you knew, and Mel said, from my one tweet, they did all that? I didn't know that. I don't see everything. And yeah, you knew. She said, even if you said you did not know, you knew. I was like, how do we know this? And Betty didn't say, you don't be sending replies to your own tweets. I was like, bitch, sometimes no. I don't think they get. If you are a regular person who get 5 tweets, if you get 5, you can see 5 tweets. If you are a person who gets 1,000 replies, you not looking at 4,000 replies and reading each one and replying back to 200 replies who are talking shit about Stormi. What makes y'all think, Betty, the amount of replies that you get is equivalent to what Mel get? And some people will make a post and they don't go back and look at all the replies. So I'm like, what's the thing? So it's weird that Mel was like, I put out, that it wasn't about the person in my house at the time or whatever. So Mel kind of cleaned it up, but I still feel like she didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to. So when Betty says to Mel, why did you don't see the replies to your own tweets? And Mel said, Betty, Betty, you have enough going on with your own family and your sister. So please worry about that. Okay, get out of this. Okay, I'm trying to be respectful, but I'm not here for you. I don't have an issue with you because you too old for me to even have an issue with you. Okay, you old enough to be my mother. You don't even know me. And the key that I thought was crazy was Betty bitter ass telling Mel, mind your business, mind your business. Okay, I'm like, but you fully on stage in Mel's business. You telling Mel to mind hers while you're on stage minding her business. You reading Mel's tweets. You're in the group chats reading stuff about Mel. That's what's insane. And when she then said to Mel, you still up here fussing with a man you've been divorced from for 3 years. I was like, bitch, what? And the whole time, Stormi yelling, Mama, 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 stop. Betty, Betty. When you have to start saying Mama's first name and not Mama, because my mama different. My mama will defend me to the ends of earth. You know what I'm saying? But if she hear me yelling her name, she can't ignore me. The mama in my mama can't ignore her child calling her name. Ma, she can't ignore that. Even if she's, and my mama don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? But she get mad. But like my mama, like, it's like it don't happen like that. So I'm like, seeing Ma, blah. And Betty does not even acknowledge Stormi. Betty, just stop, Betty. Betty, now the fact that Stormi could not or did not get up to go over to your mom and say, Mama, Ma, stop. It was crazy. It was insane. And Betty up here looking evil. Like a devil. No deal, no shade. You know what I'm saying? Fussing with Mel, being messy. And Mel like, what'd you say? What'd you say? Repeat that. What did you say? Repeat it. I said, oh, Mel is activated. Okay. And it went off with them still fussing, but Stormi, your mama's an embarrassment because she's uncontrollable. She should have never won. Stormi knew from the beginning her mama didn't like Mel. She knew that from before she was on the show. When Mel kept saying me and Stormi are building a friendship, the fact that we now know how her mama is and how her mama felt about Mel, it almost makes sense as to why Mel and Stormi never got cool. There's someone in Stormi's life who don't like Mel. So there will always be a bit of a line drawn there. Period. And the fact that we know they just used Mel to introduce Stormi to the show. They didn't know of each other. You know, that stuff was probably true. But once she was on the show, a part of Stormi knew she can't really befriend Mel because her mama can't stand her. And to me, once there was any inkling of Mel, and I also feel like Betty feel like Stormi is a self-made person. She came on this show, you know, already of her own volition because she'd already had some success. But I'm like, Stormi, mama feel like people need to kiss her ass because of how much money she made when she made it. I think Betty feel like my daughter is above you. How dare you not like kiss my daughter's ass? How dare you be the star of the show when you still growing your brand? And my daughter's stuff is in stores. The same way Betty feel like the family should kiss Stormi's ass, she feel people around Stormi should kiss Stormi's ass. And anyone who don't, she get pissed. And Betty fussing and yelling and screaming at Mel and then laughing like an insane person. I'm like, that's who raised Stormi. This to get to gotcha. Stormi didn't need the show to build her platform. She didn't. Stormi was already rich before she on the show. That's fine. Mel has 100% used this platform to build her business. I say all the time about myself. Don't put me on the platform, bitch. I'm going to use it to the best of my ability. A lot of folk don't realize when you get put on, use it because it may not always be there. And we can now see how Mel was smart because if she leaves this show, if the show get canceled, she's used the time on the show smartly to fully build up what she did not have before. She then had to rebuild because she got divorced and had to liquidate and go into bankruptcy. And now she is her own entity. But even though Stormi did not have to file bankruptcy, she had failure too. She just haven't discussed it. Mel had to show us, and we saw her having to rebuild. Stormi has been secretly failing because, as she said before, you don't have the mentorship. So we don't know how she failed. We don't know what happened. What we do know is a lot of hiccups happened on her end that she ain't told us about. So while your mama being up here, acting like, you the best I'll be all, you've had issues too. No one has to kiss your ass. No one does. And to me, I think Mel and Stormi can both learn from each other. But in my opinion, because Bitter Betty ass raised Stormi, there is a chip on Stormi's shoulder that when she feels like something's off, she's like, all right, I'm cool. I'm gonna leave it alone. Because so-and-so playing with me. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like Mel ever played Stormi. I feel like Mel treated her like a person she didn't really know. I don't think Mel had any issue with Stormi. I also think Mel just felt like she didn't have to defend Stormi. I don't think she had to defend Stormi. I think Mel not defending Stormi made her feel like, see, she's shady. See, it's some bullshit. See, they said it. They said y'all will fall out. But I'm like, okay, but look at Stormi and Tisha now. After last season's reunion, when we kept seeing Tisha and Destiny and it was Kimmy, Destiny, it was everybody but Mel. Everybody but Mel was hanging out together, posted on social media, to me to kind of taunt Mel into feeling like, see, it ain't us, it's you. I'm cool with them. And now what we see, not Keke, but Stormi and Tisha beefed out. So when Mel was like, I distance myself because it be some bullshit. I distance myself because it be some bullshit. Well, not Stormi, no, because you was cool with Tisha and she stole your goddamn stuff on your website. Copy and paste. Y'all up here fussing on why? Because Mel's point was that's how they be. So folk tried to make Mel be the bad seed and the one to be this, that, or the other. But truthfully, she the only one that seemed happy. Like in regular life, she just living. I got rid of my punk ass husband. And I'm dealing. I'm growing my brand. I'm dealing. Because I chose to keep, when we not filming, I have to keep my balance of work-life balance. I can't do nothing else besides do that. And Stormi learning the hard way. Anyway, y'all, that was the whole episode. Okay. I will be live. It'll probably not be at 7 because it's already 5:30. I want to have like a 30-minute break. So around 7, maybe 7:30. But yeah, I'm gonna do it at 7:30. At 7:30, we'll have a quick little top of the blog. Good top of the blog. That's rock stuff. A chit chat about today's blogs, chit chat stuff, whatever, at 7:30 Eastern time. Because I did not plan y'all to be live for this long. I just talk too much. So come on back around here, 7:30 Eastern time and stuff. And we shall see. Okay. Let me go look at the blog and see what's going on. But this was a great little chit chat about the foolishness of Look and Married to Huntsville. Okay. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Like the video. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. And I will talk to y'all in about 2 hours. Okay. I love you all. Be safe. Be good. I gotta go. Bye.